So, you want to go look at the peonies? This is Peony Row. We've got whites, pinks, reds, special things that I don't know, but this is really just looks like a puffball. I've never even seen one like that. Well, it's a sad day because it is the last day of annual planting going in our yard. We've got the Bubblegum Vista over there. We've got more over here of the Bordeaux, but these Supertunias were just awesome, and I want to put more in the front. So I've got some bare spots. I bumped out the border a little bit, and I've got really ugly spots here that we're gonna keep the lavender because it's really finally doing well. But these spots that are just kind of barren, we're gonna put some color in that. So, and I've got a spot out at the end of the driveway that's kind of got the same problem, but we'll show you how it's looking down here. Everything is starting to pop. We've got big yellow Itos. We've got small, just insane color here. But we'll do a proper garden tour shortly. But this spot out here, I'm going to put kind of the same color. Be nice little welcome when you come in the yard, or in the driveway, I guess. But this spot here had an old bush that I can't remember what it was, gave away. And I think that would be a nice spot. So we're gonna get some in there and do some more speed planting. Got a little fertilizer left. I got 5 bags of soil because a lot of this is just mulch, no dirt. I'm gonna start blasting them in with the auger, and we'll see how it goes. So what I've got is the Supertunia Bordeaux, which is this guy. And I've got I couldn't find yellow that I liked. So I got SuperBells, which are tiny petunias, but I think they spread pretty well, which is what I want. And I think that together will be pretty neat. And then the lemon Coral Sedum, which I've done pretty much, well, I've only done 2 beds, but definitely goes with it everywhere you put it. The lemon coral is just like a succulent almost, and trails off. So I think that worked out well. I've got yellow kind of up top, purple in the middle, and a couple sedums down here. Not as many as I'd planned on, but I just don't have the room. I might try to stick one more in here because that'll look nice right up along the I'll have to dig that by hand though. So same thing over here, and then we'll move to the outside garden. So that's a picture of what one is going to kind of do, just spider out and cover the ground. So I think that works for me. We've got yellow in the back, purple more densely populated, and then the nice edge of Coral Sedum, which will kind of pop against that dark mulch once I rake it. And then kind of the same thing over there. But I think it's gonna look good. There's only 2, 4, 6, 8 of the Supertunia Bordeaux in here. The rest are Coral Sedum and that small yellow SuperBells. I can't remember. I got a lot of plants left and I wondered why, so I went out to the end of the driveway, but I forgot that I've got to do this one. And I've got drip everywhere in here, so I think I'm going to hand dig these. And I really want this hydrangea to come back, but I don't know if it's going to, so I'm just going to tiptoe around that and see what I can get done. So everything's all in and we just need to get the drip hooked up, and hopefully before tomorrow it's going to be start getting hot. So at the end I've got a sedum and a little purple, more sedum, and then really I just used up what I had left. So I have nothing for the end of the driveway, but at least we'll have some color here in the summertime. Starting on the edge here, I've got sedum again. I try to go heavy on the sedum together just to give that nice cool look, and then interspersed with some yellow. But on this side it's a little more dense, which I like. I bumped this out about 3 feet this spring, and I think it's going to be a nice focal point to just have some color where we're waiting on hydrangeas or other stuff to bloom. Got a black lace elderberry back there that's blooming, and the Incredibles are getting ready to just shred it, man. They are looking great this year. So the drip goes all the way around and to the petunias there and over there, and I'm going to snake that around, bury it, and hopefully get everything watered in before tonight. So we'll see how it goes, but or if I have enough emitters. So again, my process is just to use the 1 gallon emitters on these. I don't need too much water since I do it twice a day. So it's these little black emitter tubes that are, if you leave the water on for an hour, they put a gallon of water in that spot. And I use this 1/4 inch lead to really direct it where I want it to go. And I've been going a little long today just because as I bury this line, the line moves, and where I think it should have been is off by a few inches. So I'm gonna have a little bit of waste maybe, but at least the goal of getting the water where I want it to go is going to be accomplished. So now the moment of truth, does the water work? So I'm just gonna check out the beehive watering zones that I have, and I'm going to go to my Bubblegum Vista zone and see if I can set a manual override, do a manual watering. So it's going to hit all of these petunias, going out there, and I hear something. Do we have water? We do. So that's how much water is going to come out for 10 minutes. If I hold it like that, is that a little easier to see? So that's a nice little drink twice a day for something that's going to grow potentially ginormous. So very pleased with that. And Bubblegum is obviously doing well. The Bordeaux is doing well. Might as well go take a look at them. And might as well do a small garden tour because I've got some pretty neat stuff to pop today. First off, we'll get these out of the way. The Bubblegum Vista is by far the showiest thing this year. Obviously there's no hydrangeas yet, but the lemon coral sedum I planted out is really filling out into a decent plant, each one, and it's like a succulent. If you look at that, but from far off it just looks like a nice cool color, which is what I want. I might get or tone down the mister because I don't think it's really necessary. I like the idea of mist going through my fairy garden, which I'm not calling it a fairy garden, but it kind of is. And then we'll check out the Bordeaux bed. Oh shoot, I was gonna put a couple out here and I planted them all. Oh well, I'll get more. Yeah, and it's dripping there to these spots that I ran out of plants last time. So that one still needs a plant in it, and there's about 5 places that need plants, but this is one plant, and this has been in about a week. So can you imagine 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 10 weeks out? It's gonna be crazy. And these are maybe a week behind that other bed, so the sedum is not quite as big, but that is an established plant after 1 week. Got one that's struggling a little bit, but that's all right. What do you see, Rip? That's one plant here, and it's just spidered out. That's cool. So, you want to go look at the peonies? This is Peony row. We've got whites, pinks, reds, special things that I don't know, but this is really, talk about a double, triple, quadruple peony. That is just a mass of petals. The petal count on some of these is just insane. And then you've got your well, this is not a normal peony either. That's just a huge one, but a lot of these are like double petaled roses. I don't know what you'd call it, but we've got a massacre. Ripley is a bulldozer in here, so we lose some, but look how big that is. That is crazy. And it just works itself around. So I think there's 56 in here. And this is kind of a nice, the sunset on this little nook is pretty nice. But this is kind of the old school peonies that I'm kind of glad that we don't have all of this kind. They're pretty when they're getting ready to bloom, but they just disintegrate so fast. And then you've got stuff like this, like a pure white. I didn't even know there was a pure, I guess that pure white peony is pretty standard, isn't it? That is cool, but it gets better. In the front, we've got some peonies that we bought individually because we liked them at the nursery and really paid up for them. This is just a pink one though, as far as I'm concerned. The yellows are, we were really into the yellows for a while, like when we first started gardening. And this is an Ito, I think. But that's a good one. But this guy, this is insane. What in the world is this? Every year, it's like a ice cream sundae or something. Or it's kind of, I don't even know what you'd call that. Isn't that crazy? That is just an amazing flower. And it's got lots, so it's going to be blowing up here soon. Today's the first day it's blooming, so it doesn't look like it. This one might have tried last night, but that's just, so it goes from this barely opened to just exploding, and it's very tough. It's not like the old school peonies that just disintegrate when they open. This will hold a bloom for days, and I think they close up at night. But that is my peony bulldozer, so you can never tell how many peonies we're gonna have. It's got like a red stamen in there. What do you think, Ripley? Why did you get so dirty? And then we've got more on this side. And this one's almost a peach double. I don't think we have too many of that one yet. Pinkish peach. But look at that. That's like a hydrangea almost. That's crazy. It's got pink variegation in some of the petals at the top, but it just looks like a puffball. I've never even seen one like that. That is crazy. That is crazy. And the lemon lace, or the black lace elderberry, is trying to bloom. We'll give that another day, but it's got some blooms on it, so that'll perform. And again, I'm an old school with just a single row of petals that meh. It's cool for a few hours, but they just disintegrate. Boy, this white one doesn't have any legs, or it's all legs. I don't know what you'd call that. That's cool. I don't know if that'll hold it up, but they've got a scent to them too. Anyway, just so you know, petunias aren't the only thing that I plant in the garden. I got a cypress I need to transplant or replant a new one because the deer rubbed it, and I've got a small Cypress Grove I'm starting in the back that I want to look good. So I'm gonna go put that one out there now, probably water it really well, and make sure that we're all set for tomorrow's temperatures, which are gonna be hot. So I didn't get the tree planted. It's a day later, and I looked at the tree and I'm not sure I want to put it where I was going to. The tree I was gonna replace is struggling to look alive, but I didn't mulch it because I thought I was gonna dig it up. But I think, I hate to kill a tree, but I have a spot here. I was gonna put 3 hydrangeas, I never got to. So I think this tree that I'm going to plant, which is not much better off than this. This is how they're supposed to look right now. Nice and filled out. But the tree I got does not. So that's trying down there. And this has looked like this for several weeks. Just barely putting out shoots. So I've got a bucket of water. I think I'm just, instead of transplanting that to here, I'm gonna leave that, give it a year, and put a cypress in here, and that'll get rid of one of my extra trees. So at least we'll have the Cypress Grove looking nice and thick. We got probably 15 or so far, and I really want to fill in where this stop sign is here. I don't like the traffic and the blinking light at night, so at least in the summertime when this grows large, it'll cover it. We've got a nice white pine here and a bunch of hydrangeas I still need to mulch around, but we'll get to work on this last hole. So this ground is so bad out here. We've got our hole dug. I filled in the 3 spots where I had holes for hydrangeas.
And it's kind of wet.
We'll smooth that out. It's not really wet, it's clay, which is the worst. That's not what we want. So we're gonna amend the soil with some sand here and probably a bag of soil.
I was playing with the sand.
You're playing with the sand? That's all right. I got lots. So now we amend. just cheapo junk soil, but
But it
better
works
than
a
what
lot.
we got.
It actually works a lot. And don't forget to like and subscribe and let us know what was your favorite part today. We worked very hard to do these videos. And mostly on 90s, but
Alright, can I get some sand when you're done with that? I need 2 big scoops.
oh, big.
Try not to spill it all. Ripley's coming out to help. Alright, so we'll mix that in. Put our tree on top.
The sand's supposed to make it not like really rough with the dirt, so I probably was put sand.
Well, the sand lets the roots spread out.
To Mosquito Lake, which is a good place because it doesn't have mosquitoes. But this one we're trying to go on a charter, and I don't know where we're going, like somewhere in Indiana, but it's gonna be fun.
Indiana Dunes. Or hang on a second, actually.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Don't hit the tree. You hit the tree.
Okay.
That's good. So first, we're gonna give these guys a big drink of water.
Can I do it?
Yeah. So you go slowly, all right? So. Good job, Brett, on that root ball. The root ball is all we care about. So that hole will act like a bowl for a little while because it's kind of waterproof, it's clay. So that's going to fill up with water, and these trees love water. So you can get. See how that soil settles?
You want to go for a bike ride tomorrow?
So that is 1.1 tree planted. We've got our new tree and gave it a big drink of water. Mulch is pretty high, but better soil. I realize there's no drip on there just now, so we'll have to figure that out. This one has drip, and the drip seems to be helping, but that base is all that is alive on it, and I hope I didn't beat it up too much there. But as always, I go super heavy on the mulch, super high. You're not supposed to mulch this high, but on a cypress that can sit in water or a lake, grow out of a lake, I think it'll be all right. So I'd rather have more water than not at this point, because that thing is, this is where the deer rub it, and it just lets in enough elements to dry out that whole trunk going up. And it looked to me like it was trying to bud out, but it just couldn't make it. And I've got about 6 or 7 that are like this. So that shows that we got more than just petunias planted, and 1.5 trees, you could call it, but they look pretty good. And now we just need to see what's going on with the Petunia Bubblegum Vista, the Bordeaux, and I'll show you some other stuff here in the front that is looking really good right now. So we're gonna call it a day now, but here's a quick garden tour and where we're at with the front garden bed. The irrigation is in and buried. Just need to do some of the final cleanup and mulching around some of this stuff. The strawberries just keep coming back. I don't know why. Monstera is growing out of nowhere, but the lavender is just looking really good this year. We've got, I like it when it's almost white still, and then when it starts turning lavender, that's pretty cool. But these sedums are just going to be rock stars, and as we get over the bubblegum, you'll see what I mean. But my blue hydrangea project is a failure again this year. We got pink already, and it's not even a foot tall. I lost a lot of these originals, but I think the Incrediballs are going to be the showstopper this year. I didn't trim them back this year. They're huge, and I think we're maybe a week away. We've got the Ruby over here, which I'm not as fond of. Same on this side, but The Incredible White is just, it's like an Annabelle on steroids. Doesn't bend over in the rain, just stands up to everything. Here's the front little berm, and once we get the hydrangeas behind that, I think that's gonna really pop. And there should be originals all the way around here, but we've lost almost every other, or at least they're coming up really slow this year. But alas, there's plenty of stuff in here, and I need to trim out this prairie fire, but the hydrangeas are just huge. I thought you had to trim those down to the ground every year, and I've done that, and I just didn't get to it this year. But we've got a peony still trying back there. The black lace elderberry is really starting to bloom. Looking great against that deep dark purple almost is just crazy. So we've got more getting ready to come there. But I just love that. I love those dark colors against bright green. Really makes everything pop. It's kind of like the nice sharp edge, which I need to rake, but it'll be sharp once I weed eat this and clean it up for our show here in a week. But the Bordeaux's looking great, and I think we're 1 day in. I guess it's been in 2 days, counting today, but finishing off with just some random peonies. We've got the Itos, or I don't know if this is an Ito or not. Cool spider in there. But I really got into the yellows one year, and they're just awesome. They make a mess, especially if you have a dog that's a bulldozer. So I'll show you that here in a minute, but it looks pretty good. I got a volunteer oak that I'm letting go because I don't think my blue spruce is gonna make it too well. And on to really the thing I check every day, which is this Bubblegum Vista. This is just gone bonkers, man. This is one plant, 3 weeks in, maybe 3 weeks, just shy of 3 weeks. And the truffle of pink gomphrena is kind of starting to root in. I think it was left out for a week and I just didn't take care of it, but they're starting to get some traction here. But from this side, look at that change in color and warmth and coolness and everything. The sedums, 3 weeks in, you just want to like comb them or something. It's like, it's the weirdest feeling succulent type plant. I don't know why I've never heard of it, but against that pink is pretty showy. And I want to add more, but I'm stopping. I've cut myself off. Here in the front, we get a little more sun on this side, on the south side, and the truffle, as you can tell, is telling in rows. They're starting to produce. We've got some small blooms here, but this will turn into a 3-foot cloud of pink. So you can't really tell right now, but the whole side, or each side, is just going to be the show, even though the petunias right now are the show. And there is the Peony bulldozer. Just blast through those peonies, and they just look like they're decimated, but they're still blooming. And this is what I thought was my favorite. I'm kind of embarrassed that I like the pink, but that is just iridescent at night and in the day. In the bright sun, the white in that purple just pops to where it looks like it's a neon color in the sun, but at night they almost look like they're glowing. And I don't know what it is about the colors, but the whites in the purple is just amazing. So this one's 2 weeks out, and it feels like it's really taken off. It's full of water. I don't think they need a lot of water, but I don't know. I still haven't gotten the 4 over there that I need, but I'm pretty happy with it. And if you think about it, it's one plant is this, and that's not what I planted. So that is a huge stem and a lot of bang for your buck. All right, Ripley, you want to show everybody how you're a peony decimator bulldozer? You just want to be friends, don't you? You are lonely all the time. Why are you so lonely? Ah, you're a good girl. So we've got a black lace here that's kind of blooming. Looks like part of it died out. I have that trouble quite a bit. I just don't take super good care of them. They're pretty tough plants though. But I was showing Ann Rose this one, I think. Doesn't have any great blooms on that one. But if you think about it, it's almost like, if you just look at that middle one, it's almost as like got a panicle like a hydrangea. I've never seen a peony do that. And if you look inside, it's just packed full of petals. It's like the highest petal count I've ever seen. And same with some of these pinks. I'll show you one here. This pink smells like a peony. Ann Rose says some of them smell like fish or something. I don't know. But it's like the perfect peony, perfect flower. Some of them don't do as well, but this is a neat white one. It's got kind of the Ito look in the middle, different type of petal, and then it's got that cup around the outside that really I don't know, makes it look good. This one's a good one. It's not super interesting, but it keeps a good structure. Nice buds. Same over here. We need to get in here and start cutting them already. This is amazing. But, all right, let's look at this and then we'll see the bulldozer. That's cool. That's cool to the touch. But look at that. That is crazy. That is just crazy. These pinks are surprising. I don't remember them last year. So that's 3, but that is busy. And if you step back, you're gonna see that from the road. And these are just getting ready to pop. That'll pop in the morning. Semi-sturdy. I really thought these dark ones were gonna be more interesting. But I like the dark red stems and the dark foliage. It's kind of like, you don't really see the veins in this one like you do in some of the herbaceous peonies, but I'm not sure what that one would be called. Tree peony. Those are 3 kinds: tree, Ito, and herbaceous. Kind of a neat white until it opens up. I don't love seeing that pollen in the middle, but from afar it looks good. Another one of those pinks that's just nuts. You don't really see the pollen in the middle. It just looks like a David Austin rose. Oh man, this is crazy. More white. The good one. Good one here. Oh, I touched it. Going around. Looking good. Oh, there's one. Let's see if I can do this without killing anything. There's an iris we didn't know about here. Kind of stuck in this quince, but let's see if I can pry it out without ruining anything. There we go. That quince is holding it up. Almost a black bud, and then it blooms to this. And of course, an iris is going to have awesome scent. I think that one's just getting ready to bloom, but look how black that is. That's cool. Quince is still trying. Got a sea holly there. Let's see if I can. All right, let's see the bulldozer. Ripley, come here. Come here. Come here. Where are you? I hear. Rip, come on. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, but that's a high traffic zone right there. It looks like everywhere that you've got the decimation is a deer trail or a Ripley trail. I think if I didn't have so many, I would be more upset, but she's a good girl. He's a good boy. Kind of small, but nice. Till they get too bloomed. Actually, it's pretty nice. It's really good. Got another black lace elderberry. Really kind of making that dark pop with the limelights here. They're going to be really big this year. Here's another white. Got decimated. Just carnage everywhere, but everything looks really good. Oh, these pinks were really cool yesterday. Kind of look like this. Just zoomed right by it. Look at that. That's one flower. That's crazy. That is just, that's a David Austin rose with all of the high petal count there. Very pleased. And then they just explode into that, which is obviously my size of my hand, bigger than my hand. And last but not least, well, we've got penstemon that started blooming today. One of my favorites. Got a lot of white dust all over it. I don't know if that's from my garage or pollen. The hibiscus are starting, and my only David Austin rose is blooming. It was supposed to be a carding mill, which is kind of peach, and it looks like it's got some peach there, but it blooms yellow, pink. So I don't know if it's got mislabeled or if I just know a carding mill different than what it really is. This is an Ito that doesn't seem to have a great one to show you, but tomorrow we will. Here's one for tomorrow. Those yellows are awesome. We've got a lemony lace elderberry back here and another tiny one back here. And my favorite Ito is probably closing for the day, but let's see if I can get a good one. Oh, there's a good one. So this, well, this one in here is kind of what you're looking for. You've got those, just, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's white in the middle and a nice pink cup around that. And they're closing up, it looks like, but I've never seen anything like that. Such a cool peony. Something back here. And my neighbor gave me my favorite iris, a yellow iris. And I don't know if that closes every day, but that is cool. And they smell great. Got one gonna pop tomorrow. Gosh, these have just been doing great. And on around back where we started. So that's the strangest garden bed that I thought was just going to be a plant nursery where I'd start moving things, and it just took off last year and it got away from me, so I can't change that. I could probably move some stuff, but like this viburnum's way too big now. Got two of those. This is the blueberry, and I'm sure I will kill that if I try to move them. So that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll have lots more videos coming soon. What did you say? I can't understand you.
You didn't say like and subscribe.
Well, you got to say it. Let's hear it.
Like and subscribe because this is an awesome video. He works very hard on editing this, so please thank him. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye. We'll edit that out. What are you doing, Rip?
I'm enjoying the day, honestly, guys. He just works too hard, and I'm like, this guy needs a break, but he pushes through very hard, so please thank this guy. He's an awesome man to be around. So I'm just so glad he's my dad. Just the nicest guy I've ever met. And my mom. And my dog, Ripley. She's just chilling over there somewhere. Oh yeah, can't really see her, but here. Ripley!